March is Brain Injury Awareness Month, and now is the time to get up to speed on the symptoms. Dr. Beth McQuinston joins me now. She's the medical director in Abbott's Diagnostics business. Also here this morning, Kathy Dieringer, the president of the National Trainers Association. Good morning, ladies. I'm so happy to talk to you on this topic, which is very relevant and it can be very serious, in fact. Let's talk about this new survey that found 1 in 2 concussions are actually ignored. Can you explain why this happens?
Yes, well, concussions can happen at any time, anywhere, to anyone. And I can tell you as a neurologist, it's tricky for people to know if they've been injured or not. If you twist your ankle, you can see that your ankle is big and it hurts. But if you injure your brain, we sometimes call that the invisible injury because you can't see your brain. And frequently, people don't know what the most common signs and symptoms of concussion are. In fact, at Abbott, we did a survey of over 1,000 adults in the United States, and what we found is 8 out of 10 didn't know the most common signs and symptoms of concussion.
My goodness, it is serious stuff indeed. Let's go through some of those signs. I know that both you ladies have so much experience with recognizing these signs.
Sure, the most common signs and symptoms of concussion would include things like headache, nausea and vomiting, confusion, not feeling yourself, sensitivity to light, sensitivity to sound, maybe some balance problems. But it's important to know that every person is unique and every brain injury is unique. So people may have different symptoms than maybe their friend that had a concussion. It's also important to know that maybe your symptoms will start right away, or they may start a few hours or days later.
Yeah, that's interesting. It makes it just a little bit harder to detect, I would imagine. You know, right now in the news, we have national figures who have experienced concussion within the last week. Also, we are familiar with concussions happening with athletes. National Athletic Training Month is happening right now. Many concussions are associated with sports. Kathy, what should coaches and parents do to protect their athletes?
Yeah, there are some very important things that we can do because we know that there are over 300,000 concussions that occur to high school and collegiate athletes annually. So as parents, as communities, I would ask the question, who is taking care of those athletes when they're getting injured? Athletic trainers have the educational background, the expertise, and the knowledge to recognize the symptoms when they occur and to manage them appropriately so that your children are protected. But we have to be there. And we know that 1/3 of high schools across the country don't have access to an athletic trainer. So as a parent, I would ask the question, who's taking care of my child when they're participating in athletics and making sure that their health and safety is protected?
Absolutely. Ladies, we have just under a minute. I want to touch on how concussions usually happen. Of course, you know, we're trying to create awareness with this interview this morning. What are some of the myths you can bust surrounding how they happen, how they occur?
Well, myth 1 is that only athletes get concussion. In fact, the vast majority of concussions happen to non-athletes due to slips and falls. The second most common cause would be because of motor vehicle accidents. Another myth would be that you have to lose consciousness to have a concussion. Well, the actual truth is that most people that have a concussion don't lose consciousness. And then Kathy?
And then I would add to that most people believe you have to have a direct blow to your head to get a concussion, and that's not true. A significant blow to the body that caused that whiplash effect can do that. And also in athletics especially, we think that men get concussions more often than women, and it's actually the opposite. Women get them 2 to 3 times in sport than men do. So treating every athlete individually is very important for us.
Wow, that is surprising. Beth, thank you so much. Doctor, a pleasure to speak with you as well. I'm going to let people know where they can go for more information, but thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For more information, visit concussionawarenessnow.org, the website right there on your screen.